Joey, number 5.
This is a band that I've loved for several years now. I think Eric put me onto these guys quite a while ago, but I love their sound. It's not something I listen to all the time, but when I do, I love it.
And that came out this year.
And what sucks is the last time they were here, I think I was out of town or something, so I missed their show. But someday I'm going to see.
Are they a European band?
Swedish, I believe. Yep. So Jake E. from Syra used to be in this band.
Ah, okay. Yep. Okay. I'm definitely going to have to check this out.
Yeah. Well, and if you're looking for a girlfriend, you'll like the gal here.
They have a chick singer now?
Well, there's 3 singers. There's one, she's a clean vocalist, and then they have a guy clean vocalist, and then they have a unclean vocalist. So there's actually 3 vocalists in this band. Some of the songs can get pretty heavy. A lot of synth. It's kind of unique. It's pretty cool.
I like it. I'm gonna have to check it out. I love the Syra stuff. So
yeah, I think I'll send you a song or something. You'll dig it.
I've got the Requiem's album, A Cure to Poison the World. There are a couple songs on here that I will skip sometimes, a couple of the slower ones, but overall, like front to back, this is a really great album. It has a bunch of like really catchy sing-along like hooks in it and some really incredible guitar work and just great songwriting. And these guys were really cool guys too when I got the chance to talk to them. And they're younger dudes, but the future is bright. I really like this record. So
I really love the cover.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? It's like a butterfly skeleton or something.
That's really cool. And I really like that font of the Requiem.
Yeah. Yeah. They're
is this their debut album, or they got something before this, or?
They have like some stuff that they put out before this, but this is, I think, their first like full-length album.
Okay.
Yeah. I think they self-released a couple songs before this and then got picked up by like a production company or a label and put this out.
I think you recommended this to me a couple months ago, and I just haven't gotten around to listening to it yet. But
it's a lot like My Chemical Romance type stuff. It's very like it's very similar to My Chemical Romance. I think that's one of the reasons I like it. But really good, really well written. I really like a well crafted rock song, and these guys have quite a few of them on this album, so worth checking out. And let's go to your number 4, Joey.
Well, this one, and I didn't give you albums in order, which is kind of hard to do at this point of the year, but this one is probably my number 1 so far, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, ever since we started listening to them, before the interview or whatever, like I can't get enough of this album. So I'm sure Raquel is very happy with me liking this album. It's typically not my type of music that I listen to a lot, but this one has probably been the most played album of 2024.
I gotta dive into this one, man. I've only listened to a couple tracks off it. I need to listen to the whole record.
Listen to the whole thing straight through.
Yeah.
It's great. It really is.
Yeah, and Matt was so cool. He like that. I mean, I could tell just from the quality of his voice on some of the covers he was doing. Like this is all originals, so I definitely need to dive into this because I'm positive there's some great songs on it.
Yeah, I can't recommend this album enough. And I'm not just doing that because we love Raquel. This is honestly a great album.
No, she was. It's funny too because I had never heard of them, and she was so stoked about them when she signed them. And started working with them. She's like, "You have to hear this band. They're so good."
I'm surprised they're not bigger than what they are, honestly, because they sound like they've just got it hammered down.
Yeah. Well, awesome, man. This is why I like doing this because I'm missing out. I need to jump into that.
This one I would highly recommend it to anyone listening to this right now. So
this is Pollen by Blacktop Mojo, by the way. I got a pretty pretty predictable one.
I knew this one would be on there for you. I know another one of yours too.
Yeah. The cowboy one, huh? I mean, it has to be. This album, it's just like a good. It's not my favorite Darkest Hour album by any stretch, but it's like just a really great front to back metalcore album. And they're like doing a little more melodic stuff on it, but it still has like a lot of the epic guitar work that I love about them, and a lot of the kind of like really deep, introspective, and political lyrics, and just a great album. So.
Yeah. Are we going to add these onto our playlist?
Yeah, we need to start pimping that. Honestly,
we should start a 2024 one and just add a song from these.
That's a good idea. We should just maybe we'll do them annual. We'll do it annually, because I know that we did. I know there's somewhere out there. Probably if I go into my history, there's a playlist of like our favorite albums from like our top 10s from a couple years ago. We didn't do it last year. I didn't do it last year anyway. But I do think that like we should definitely we should maybe like have like a master BPM playlist, and then just like an annual, like this is our favorite stuff of the year.
Well, if we do this every quarter, we can just kind of update
to it. Yeah.
Just, pick 2 songs off of each one of these albums or something. And
totally.
Yeah.
I'm all for it. All right. Next one.
The gems. I missed out on interviewing these gals with you and Eric, but I enjoyed the last couple Thunder Mother albums, and then when all that drama went down and they did this, I knew I had to check out this band, and I would argue that this is better than Thunder Mother.
I don't disagree, because right next to you here at number 3, the Gems.
Perfect.
Phoenix.
Yeah, I like, if I'm just in a rock and roll mood, this is great.
These girls are fucking killer. I love everything about them, like their attitude. Their like Guernica is amazing. She's a real artist. Way better than Thunder. I wouldn't say way better, because they were the majority of Thunder Mother, but I definitely like this stuff better than Thunder Mother.
But I love the band name and stuff too, because it's the first letter of each of their names, and the Gems. I mean, it is a little treasure, this music.
Yeah.
It's great.
You know what it meant? The first thing I thought of, and this is how old I am, is when I was a kid, there was a cartoon called Gem, and she was like a rock star.
I vaguely remember.
It's for girls. It was like an old cartoon for girls. Gem and the Holograms, and then the evil band was called the Misfits. And I was always like, I like the Misfits better. I was like, because they were like the hardcore chicks,
Yeah.
But that when I saw that they were Gems, I was like, oh, Gem. It reminds me of Gem and the Holograms from the 80s cartoon. It was like the Gem and the Holograms were like the girls' answer to like He-Man and G.I. Joe when I was a kid.
Oh, okay.
All right. We got 2 more. Any Given Day, Limitless.
Any Given Day. I mean, these guys have been around for a bit, I guess. I didn't really hear of them until this year. This album is really good. If you like, hard rock. I'm pretty sure they're from Germany. They sing in English. But it's really, really solid.
Rammstein is like the only German band that ever sings in German.
I think they're the only German band that successfully sings in German outside of Germany.
Right.
Yeah. But there's another band I really like from Germany that sings in German, Icebreaker.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard of them or not?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Yeah, they sing in all German. They're not, I don't think they're even close to being as well known as Rammstein, but it's a similar vibe.
I mean, there's not to take away from Germany. There's a lot of good German artists, like a lot. And I mean, Germany really set the stage for electronic music with artists like Kraftwerk,
I don't know that.
Well, now you know.
Now
knowing is half the battle. I mean, Kraftwerk was basically one of the first completely synthesizer bands, basically.
Okay.
Like all computer and like programmed electronic stuff. All right, for number 2, I got The Ghost Inside, and this is an EP. I think it's like they're doing the like release songs on the build up to their album thing. But they have a song called Death Grip, that is just like, it's like a gym song. It's like hate breed type stuff. And they're actually doing some melodic stuff on this that I'm like not as into. But that song, Death Grip, is super good, and I'm excited to hear like the rest of this record. I think they just put another single out too. But
again, I'm a visual guy, and this cover is cool, and it makes me want to check it out.
that is a cool cover. I really dug the cover too. It's like a maze inside a guy's head, like a statue or something. But they're a good band. They're like one of those hardcore bands, a lot like Hatebreed. It's like I call it like brocore. It's like, do your best.
Again, that's not music I listen to often, but when I do, I really like it.
Yeah, these guys are great. They have some good stuff. I think they used to be called A Dying Dream. I think initially they were called A Dying Dream.
Okay.
But like a couple of the other guys moved on and started this one.
Where are they from?
I believe they're from California. Okay. I heard they were from Thousand Oaks, but I don't think they are. I think they're from somewhere outside of LA though. And now I got to look it up. Hold on a second.
It always impresses me when there's bands that can successfully
get El Segundo. Okay, they're from LA.
Noticed in LA or something.
They were formerly known as A Dying Dream, and they're actually from El Segundo. So that's basically down by LAX.
Well, I'll check it out.
Close to the beach, though. All right, we're down to number ones here.
Camera all fuzzy. This should read volume 2 because volume 1 came out like 3 years ago, I think. But volume 2 is really good. There's some real bangers on it. Earlier this year, I was really rocking out to it a lot. So if you're a Static X fan, it's good.
Is it like new stuff from them, or is it like stuff that they like remixed? And
as far as I know, it's mostly new stuff. There's a couple tracks on there that has Wayne's original vocals on from demo tapes yet. But Zero is doing most of the singing on this stuff. But it's solid Static X. I would argue it's more Static X than some of the later Wayne albums.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. They did a really good job with this whole Project Regeneration thing about, really honoring Wayne and his legacy, but yet also putting new music out. So
I can't hate on bands doing this because we talked about it the other day. It's like with October Noir. It's like a lot of most of the bands I talk to these days are working day jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Or if they're not, they're in like multiple projects and like trying to swing multiple things, touring 3 different bands every year and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I can't speak highly enough for what they've done here the last few years, just honoring Wayne and then kind of revamping the band with the original lineup and things like that. It's pretty cool. And just, if you get a chance to see them live, Dustin, totally worth the money.
Yeah. I haven't been to as many shows this year as I would like to get out to, but summer's coming. So
yeah,
it's been raining a lot down here too, man. It's been like one of those crazy years where we just had like an excess of rain that we don't usually get. So I feel like a lot of people have been inclined to stay indoors as a result, but starting to get nice.
Yeah, I think I've said it before. We've had nicer weather up here than you've had there.
You guys swapped us for a little.
I'm sure it's colder here than there, but it's still just overall nicer.
Yeah.
Nicer winter. I knew this one was going to be on your list.
Yeah, this one had to be on my list. Like this is definitely Job for a Cowboy, Moon Healer. This is like one of my favorite like extreme metal records I've heard in a while. They just do it's like such a great mix of prog-ish type like actual like really intricate instrumentation and like deathcore like brutality, and it has a whole like storyline that involves some psychedelic thing, and I should
give it another go, because I think I only listened to like the first 2 songs or something like that. And I'm like, I don't know if this is for me, but
yeah. I mean, you don't have to. If I'm not.
No, I mean, again, the cover's awesome. That's really cool art.
Yeah, and the just the instrumental work. The bass player Nick is amazing, and it's crazy how bass driven a lot of it is. But yeah, really great stuff. And of the albums that have come out this year, probably my most listened to.
Okay.
So
Yeah, that's saying something.